Audio Acoustics Hearing Centers. It is important to understand that better hearing is a process, not an event. In this testimony, we will hear from Mr. and Mrs. Raymond Gonzales.
I don't think I'll ever forget that day. We walked outside the door and he lit up. And I thought something was wrong. I was like, what's the matter? He said, I can hear the cars. They sound so loud. And I was like, you mean you never heard the cars before? He's like, no, I never really had.
It's a different world. I mean, when you can hear good, it's very, very different. You will never know until you really get your hearing checked and start wearing one.
We had a chance to ask Mr. and Mrs. Gonzales, what was communication like before you got your hearing aids?
He would often come home frustrated from work, and he'd get mad because they'd be having a meeting or something, and he wasn't able to hear them half the time or didn't know what was going on, and he'd come home and he was frustrated a lot of the times.
When they were talking to me, some words I couldn't hear good. They had to repeat themselves. Especially in my work, it was something that I couldn't, hear good. It was when they were talking to me, they had to repeat themselves. Because there were some important words that they were telling me, and so I would have to ask them, well, can you please tell me again, because I can't hear you.
What was it like when you came to Audio Acoustics?
We came in, the first day, we were treated good. We were, he told me how it was going to be to get my hearing checked, and he explained to me, and it made me relax, in other words. He told me how it was going to be tested, and that made me feel good and kind of relaxed me, and went through the whole testing real good.
My main concern was the financial, part of it. But from the moment we walked into the door, the receptionist, we filled out the paperwork, and one of the questions on the application is, what is more, what is the patient more leaning towards, looks or affordability? And that's something that right away it puts your mind at ease, because if we can't afford it, then you're going to find us something that that you can't afford. And I was very shocked to that, because we were wondering, well, how much are these things going to cost? Are we going to be able to buy them? Are we going to buy one and then 10 years from now buy the other? Mm-hmm. But it was they set us at ease.